coronavirus. You know about this whole thing?
G'day ladies and gentlemen. In most of my videos I beat around the bush and I try and make a few jokes, but for this one I'm going to jump straight to the facts. If you look at someone and they appear to be Asian, or they are Asian, I'm sure you can tell, and you're scared they're going to infect you just because they're Asian looking, is fucking stupid, alright? Fucking stupid. They're just not going to, it's not going to happen. That's not how it works, okay? Just because someone is Chinese or Japanese or they're from Thailand or something, it doesn't mean they are infectious. But are we able to say that the coronavirus is from China? That is the big debate that's going on at the moment. Is it directly racist or xenophobic, or is it just geographically correct?
A virus starts in China, and the Democrats' single talking point, and you see it, is that it's Donald Trump's fault, right? Nobody. They're not blaming us. This started in China. Thousands and thousands of cases in China. Coronavirus came from China.
In the past couple of days, President Donald Trump has been referring to the coronavirus as a foreign virus as much as he can. Now, a lot of people are taking that on board and saying it's racist, it's xenophobic, it's a whole range of different things, and they're using it to attack him. But he's not wrong. Let's think a little bit out of the box. Let's think laterally for the moment. If this virus was actually an army that was invading your land, like this virus is, invading people's bodies, you would call that army, this virus, a foreign force. They're coming into your area, your personal space, your land, whatever you want to call it, and invading. So right there, Trump is correct. It's an enemy and your country is on the defensive. But just last week, Donald Trump took it a step too far, many progressives think. And the media is using this as an attempt to attack Trump as well, but I am standing behind him. I'm not a Trump fan. I do enjoy him. He's very funny. But I'm not a Trump supporter. I don't know any of his policies. I don't follow American politics that closely. I follow it on the fringe. But much like Australian politics, I look at it and I just go, that's a fucking mess. Donald Trump said this: the United States will be powerfully supporting those industries like airlines and others that are particularly affected by the Chinese virus. We will be stronger than ever before. Now, however you look at that, I think it's more of a look how big my dick is sort of thing with China. That's sort of what I think it is. But many people are calling that quote, that tweet, xenophobic. And I can't comprehend how people think like that. Now, for those of you who are unfamiliar with the term xenophobia or xenophobic, let's just give the definition for you. Having or showing a dislike or prejudice against people from other countries. Now, once again, being worrisome around Asian people during this time with COVID-19 is fucking stupid. They don't have any higher likelihood of having coronavirus than you or I do, or a black dude or a white dude or whatever. The only people you need to worry about right now is the people who have been overseas in the last two or 3 weeks, or even people who have been around other people who have the virus in the last 2 or 3 weeks. They are the people you need to be concerned about. And even when I say concerned about, you just need to not be too close to them. I don't think calling the coronavirus a Chinese virus is xenophobic at all, nor racist. If anything, it's factually correct. The coronavirus started in China at a wet market in Wuhan. Now, if you don't know what a wet market is, I watched the 60 Minutes story on wet markets just the other week. It's on YouTube somewhere, and the way that wet markets work are fucking horrendous. It's basically the worst version of a supermarket you could imagine. It's all, alive or dead animals. They're all on cages on top of each other. So there's ferrets shitting on hamsters. They're shitting on bats. And then some Chinese people are eating fucking bats. And you're like, why are you eating bats? Like, how delicious are bats? If you keep catching diseases from bats, surely they're not that fucking delicious. And then there's the whole dogs that have been hung up, and that's fucked up. And if you're from China and you think that's okay, or if you're from anywhere in the world and you think that's okay, fuck you. But it started there. That is its origin, all right? I was born in Australia. I am Australian. If you were born in America, you are American. Brazilian. This virus was born in China, therefore it is a Chinese virus. Just by that. It doesn't have to take any... It's a country we're talking about here. We're not talking about people. We're talking about the name of the continent. And now that this is a big political thing, even the World Health Organization came out with the do's and don'ts of the coronavirus. They said, do talk about it, but don't attach locations to the virus. It's not the Wuhan or Chinese virus, nor Asian virus. And yet, on their website, just a couple of weeks earlier, it says the new virus began in Wuhan, China, December 2019. I think that's a touch hypocritical. As for blaming China, you can't blame Chinese people. You can blame the country, the government, the same way you don't blame the American people when the American government does something stupid, or the Australian people when Scott Morrison fucks off overseas. You don't blame them for that, but you can blame the country, the government in charge. But I think keeping an eye on China during all of this and in the future is not a bad idea. During the SARS outbreak, that epidemic that turned into a pandemic, it was absolutely terribly reported by the totalitarian government in China. They decided not to report numbers, and then it spread because of that. That sort of happened at the start of this one as well, but not to the same scale. Maybe it did, I don't know. Maybe they've been lying about it for some time. That's all alleged. I don't know anything about that. But it's certainly a question you have to ask yourself. Do we need to come down harder on China and say, guys, you need to fucking sort out your fucking wet markets and shit? In their defense, they have shut down a lot, but they are still rife throughout Asia. Sort out your fucking hygiene, mate. But also that has a lot to do with people's, socioeconomic backgrounds and where they live and how much money they have. So that's a tough one as well. With that track record, it's no wonder we are skeptical of this totalitarian government. It's no wonder that we ask questions. And I want to know from you guys below, what do you think about this? Is it racist to call this a Chinese virus, or is it just geographically correct? I want to know down below. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like. Likes help, believe it or not. I believe that's how the fucking algorithms work. If you like it, leave a comment, then more people will see it. So if you want to support the channel, do that. Ladies and gentlemen, be a good motherfucker. Peace in the Middle East. Me dig stinks. I'll see you all very soon. Toodaloo, au revoir. Bye.